Hey guys, we're Luke and Ash, and welcome to the Luke and Ashley Playbook podcast. This podcast is specific for photographers who are looking for tips and ideas and things to pursue to make their business better. I have no idea. I just kind of stumbled on that intro right there.
You're stumbling.
I'm stumbling. So, anyways, start the music. All right, guys, welcome back to Season 1, Episode 4 of the Luke and Ashley Playbook podcast. This season is all about you as a photographer or a person looking to become a photographer. What should you be doing in the first 0 to 2 years of your business? So in this whole entire season, past episodes and future episodes of the season are all going to be focused on what should you be doing and paying attention to as you begin to start your photography business up to the 2-year mark. Next season, we're going to jump into the year marks 3 to 5 and so forth, and we'll kind of go from there. But this particular season is all about 0 to 2. So today's episode is all about finding your niche and marketing at this stage of the game. Not like year 10 or whatever, but in year 0 to 2, what should you be focusing on? Who's your client? Who's your ideal client? And what should you be doing for marketing? And we're going to tell you a little bit about how we did ours. That's when you come in and start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
I will be here all day just blabbering.
So 0 to 2, if I go back to where we were 0 to 2, we were on Craigslist, to be honest. We didn't know what our niche was. We didn't even know what the word niche meant, really.
Do people even know what that means at that time?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, what does niche mean?
It's like very specific. Like there's a very specific thing that you do. That's like your niche.
Okay.
It's French, I believe.
French.
I have no idea.
Can you say it in a French accent?
Niche. Niche. I'm going to say something inappropriate for sure, so we're not even going to try.
Okay.
Don't even.
So,
We're going to get banned.
Yeah, we don't want to get banned. So anyway, 0 to 2, when we were first starting out, again, we didn't know what a niche was or what we should be focusing on. We just wanted business. We were just looking for people to hire us. And I think when you're just starting out, unless you really, really already like love something and you're like, I just only want to shoot like babies, like not shoot babies, but take photos. We are gonna get banned. Take photos of babies, and like that's just like what you love, and you're like, this is what I'm gonna do. But a lot of times, like people are getting a camera and they're not really sure what they want to do. Maybe they just wanted to take photos of their kids and they're getting their feet wet. And I know for us, like we tried everything, not everything, but a broad of things when we were shooting.
And I think we tried everything because at the time, if you remember our story from the first episode, when we discovered photography and we realized there was this whole entire world of photography out there, we didn't know where to start because everything for us at the time was we need to generate money to pay off debt. So it wasn't like we came into this, and it's funny when you read people's bios, I, from a young age, was given a camera and I photographed and I love photography. And I'm like, well, that wasn't us. Like, we didn't have this entire deep passion for photography. It was a means to an end to get out of debt. So we shot everything and then began to filter out what we liked, what we didn't like, and what was producing the most income. So that way we could get out of debt.
Yeah. So for 0 to 2 years, I have two thoughts. I would recommend trying different avenues of different styles and types of photography to see, again, what you like and what you don't like. But then another thought that comes to me, and it's something that we've actually been talking to our oldest about. What are you interested in? So photography as a means to get into other markets. And so, for example, there's a famous photographer who shoots like is it vintage or racing cars?
Yeah, I think it's Amy Shore. She's a photographer over in England, and she just loves classic cars, race cars, just the old school. And I don't even know the type of cars per se, but like old Porsches, Lamborghinis, like these old cars, Shelby Mustang, probably some Chevy stuff in there, but it's all overseas. So she started photographing those things. And through that, she got to pursue a career in something that she loved. And Peter McKinnon actually just did a video on this a couple weeks ago where photography for him opened up so many doors to get him to go into certain places. And I'll try to link that video down below if I'm able to. I'm sure I can, obviously. So I'll try to do that in the description so you guys can go check out that video. But like Ash was saying, we're trying to tell our daughter, like, look, you're 17, you're trying to figure out what you want to do with life. We have always looked at photography as a way to make income. We're like a barber, all right? As you're getting into this photography business, you're like a barber or somebody that can cut grass or somebody that can go work at a fast food
It's a
restaurant. In a
trade.
sense. Yeah, you're learning a trade that you can use to produce some quick income for you as you're going through college or as you are navigating life, or if you're military. There's a lot of military people. We're prior military in our local area. If you're a spouse that your husband's working or wife is working and you want to do something on the side or just do something to contribute to the family, you can pick up family photography, which is very large in the military community, where these spouses will go shoot family photography and they'll go to bases every 2 to 3 years and they'll pick back up and whatever. So it's a way to generate income. And so you eventually get to a point, which we'll talk about later in the next season, when you start to fork out and say, okay, this is what I want to do with my business or my life in a sense. So at this moment in your 0 to 2 year mark is where you start figuring out, do I want to shoot newborns? Do I want to, I remember we tried it, but it was like a daunting process of keeping
It's
the house.
not me. That is a skill and a talent that I do not have, or the
Yeah.
patience. So, and it's funny because you have newborn photographers that are like, I will never shoot weddings. Like, I can never shoot a wedding, but I love weddings. I can shoot weddings all day.
Yeah.
So just figuring out what you like, but you don't know if you would like it or not unless you try it.
Yeah. I mean, we bought the beanbag, we bought the backdrop, we got we had lights, and then I remember our first two that we did, and you had to get the house to a certain temperature to keep the baby asleep, and it was like a 4-hour session and we were horrible at the time at the beginning, so it was like $150 for 4 hours,
It
and
was
then
terrible.
I think at the time is when the babies were coming out with like their hands on their face like this,
Yeah, so you had to like do Photoshop and
you had to learn the techniques. Like the parents are like, yeah, the baby's hands are on the face like this, but the parents are holding the elbows, the arms, and so you got to learn how to take all that out and just all this post work. And then there was in-person sales that went with that. And when you're overwhelmed and you're just trying to figure things out, like for that particular niche, it was just too much, too overwhelming, I think, at that
Right.
time. And it didn't really tickle our pickle.
yeah.
Oh,
That's a new one. And then as time went on, we learned that even families, like I personally don't enjoy shooting family sessions on a continual basis. So we'll do like mini sessions. But
Yeah.
other than that, like I won't book unless it's like for a past bride or something like that. I don't book or market that we shoot families because it's dealing with little kids and those dynamics. It's just not for me. Again, for some reason, I'd rather deal with bridesmaids and drunk groomsmen. But
yeah.
I guess you just have to try it to know if it's something that you're gonna like.
Yeah, I mean, we do mini sessions, and we've got a really good formula down for that. We actually have a video, which I'll link up here, for you guys to watch how we do mini sessions, Christmas minis and stuff like that. So I think we've really, for us, have cracked a good formula for that, to where we get to serve a lot of our past brides and grooms whose families are growing and they trust us as their photographer. And we get to do that opportunity without having to just it be painful in a sense.
Right.
So 10,
Quick and easy.
10, 15-minute quick mini sessions and $150, $200, whatever. Come in and out. Hey, what's up? Hope you guys are doing great. Great to see you again. Awesome, guys. Peace.
Yeah.
No, not like that. If any of our past grooms brides are watching, we love you guys. You guys are amazing. Come over for dinner. No. But yeah, so that's kind of it. So we realized we didn't like newborn. We tried it. We realized families were fun, but it wasn't the thing that we wanted to do. And then we got into weddings. And that's where all the glamour and all the fun and I don't know what other words to use to
I don't
describe
know.
it. Like that's where
We just found our groove and our niche.
Yeah.
And then, as years went on,
we did seniors too, like
yeah,
high school seniors.
yeah. I do enjoy shooting those, but it's not something I wanted to pursue into that market. And then we just recently, a couple years ago, got into commercial photography,
Yeah.
and we love it.
So
And
don't do that yet on 0 to 2.
yeah,
I mean,
well,
you can, yeah, you can, yeah,
absolutely.
you can try it.
Yeah, try it out and see. But again, you don't know unless you try, and then once you try and you figure out like, okay, I really enjoy this, then you start pursuing that and give it all you got and make it amazing. And then once you make that amazing, then you can try something new, like go a different route. But trying to be an expert in all the things all at once is just too overwhelming.
Yeah, at 0 to 2, you're trying to focus still on manual settings and lighting, and you're trying to understand camera, and you're trying to understand, Lightroom and backing up. The episode before this was all about backing up and hard drives choices. And do you even think about stuff like that yet? And there's just a lot of overwhelming things that you have to start thinking about.
And then building up your client base.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to build up commercial work over here, trying to do newborns, you're not building up a solid, like, people don't know what you do. Like, oh, what do? I thought you just did commercial work, or I thought you just did weddings. You do newborns? Like, so just really focusing on building a solid niche or area of your photography and becoming amazing at it and building up that clientele and then switching over.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about marketing. We marketed at the very beginning, so we've been doing this now 13 years. At the very beginning for us, we were marketing on Craigslist at the time. So we would put out posts, 3 to 4 posts, and or a post with 3 or 4 images on it, I think is what it was. And we'd say, hey, family sessions for $25. I wonder if Craigslist is even a thing. We should go back on there just for fun.
I think creepy people hang out on Craigslist.
Yeah. So we would market, family sessions, Luke and Ashley, $25. DM us or email us. I don't think DM was a
I don't
thing
think
of
DM
Craigslist.
was a thing.
Yeah, email us or call us type of deal. And that's how we were getting a lot of our business. A lot of people would find us on Craigslist, these parents or people a little bit older, different, and they'd find us, they'd book us, and then we would go do these sessions. And that's what we did at the time. Things have changed right now. I think the biggest marketing expertise or biggest marketing thing that you can do at this moment is at 0 to 2 is going to be word of mouth, especially if you're trying to save a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm. Word of mouth, and obviously social media.
Yeah, social media.
Having a social media account, having a basic website.
We haven't even gotten the websites yet.
No.
That's coming
Right.
up.
But just having a basic website, having word of mouth, like Luke said, just creating that amazing experience and amazing product and getting better and better each time. Mm-hmm. So that way people are like, and you're not too expensive. So if you keep it low, they book you at, say, $100, but yet you're giving them $150, $200 work. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. So just wowing your client where you're at right now.
Yeah. So if you don't have a website, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, something like that, word of mouth is going to be your best friend at this stage. So what else? Marketing or niche? I can't think of anything off the top. I know it's a lot. You might be overwhelmed at this point as you guys are going through this. You might be trying to figure out wow, this is just so much information. It's fine. You'll get through this. This too will pass. No. Reach out to us. Let us know if there's anything that we can help you out with. And we can go further into that conversation with you. If you have questions, put them in the comment section. If you're listening on the podcast, definitely shoot us an email if you like. You can do that at luke@lukeandashley.com. We'd love to help out. If for some reason that you love us so much that you want to expand your information and your knowledge with us, we do one-on-one mentor sessions that we can definitely sit down with you and just kind of talk to you about more of this stuff. You can take everything that we've kind of shared with you, and then it'll be a lot more condensed and more purposeful and intentional for you as you start going through this. But our goal with this is just to try to help shortcut your journey where we didn't have that shortcut.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think and then networking. I would say networking is another good marketing thing. I think the networking thing has changed a lot. I know I just ended it in a simple thing, but I just thought about networking. I think in the very beginning when we got started, all the photographers were very antisocial.
Yes.
Like nobody wanted to hang out, nobody wanted to talk to each other, nobody wanted to share information, which we totally understand. We get it. Like there needs to be a competitiveness to photography. You need to be able to see somebody out there and be like, dang, they are rocking it. And then you inside, you're like, man, I got to do that. And it pushes you, I think, to get better at your craft and to do something, uncomfortable just so you can grow. Be careful in the comparison because that will destroy you. So if you, man, we're getting deep here. If you start to compare yourself to even us, that's kind of say you don't have to unfollow us, but you can mute people, or there's other people out there that you're like, man, I'm getting trapped up. Why am I not like so and so? Why am I struggling? Why can't I be like so and so? Remember, you're at the year 0 to 2 right now. You're not at year 10, 13, or 5 to 8, or 9 to 10, or whatever be the case. You're starting your beginnings right now. Your book, your chapter, I guess. You're starting that right now. So don't get caught up in that comparison. If you do, just hit that mute button on that person, unfollow them if you need to. Focus on what you're trying to accomplish. And then you can come back a couple years later or whenever it is, and you can start getting some more inspiration for some of those people. So,
yeah, I think that's good. And then going back to networking is, just reaching out to people don't reach out to planners that are doing luxury weddings up in
Ain't
these
gonna
high,
happen.
when you don't have any experience. So find people that are where you're at right now, that are in the beginning stages. So if you're in the wedding industry, find planners that are just starting out. Find florists that are just starting out, kind of in those beginning years, and network with them and build that community because you guys are going to grow and push each other together. We did that. We partnered with a local planner, and we are kind of at the same year mark, and we've just kind of always gone back and forth with each other, giving each other business ideas and just encouraging each other, and we've built that relationship. So we've both grown together and we're referring each other. So when she refers us weddings, it's at our price point. When we refer her weddings, it's at her price point. So it just makes sense to find people and network with people that are where you're at in business. Does that make sense?
I guess, does it?
I don't know. Does it?
It does.
Are you following along?
I am following along. I'm looking at all the fun gadgets on this side of the screen. Yes, no, completely makes sense. All right, so not to overwhelm you guys, for the 0 to 2 year photographers, if you're past this point, hang on. We're gonna get further down the road in some things. We have some great episodes coming up. We're gonna go over website. We're gonna go over CRM. We're gonna go over all the things that you need to get your business going in this 0 to 2 year mark, and kind of go from there. So, outside of that, I think we're done.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode. All right.
Do you need some coffee?
No, why?
I feel like you're declining.
I'm not declining.